Moses Carver, 1812–1910, was a German-American settler and slave owner of George Washington Carver. Moses Carver and his brother Richard migrated to southwest Missouri around 1838 from Ohio and Illinois. The Preemption Act of 1841 allowed farmers who lived on an improved 160 acres (0.65 km2) of land for 6 months to buy the land from the government at a low price. Moses Carver purchased a total of 240 acres (0.97 km2) in Marion Township, Newton County, Missouri. As an early settler in the area, Carver selected a good site with an abundant water supply. He built a one-room log cabin with a window, a fireplace, and no floor. This is where he and his wife Susan initially lived, along with 3 nieces and nephews, whom they raised after Richard's death in 1839. Moses needed help as the farm prospered, and in 1855, he purchased Mary, an enslaved 13-year-old girl, from a neighbor. Mary later gave birth to several children who became the property of Moses, among whom were Jim and George. Towards the end of the Civil War, George and his mother were abducted, probably by bushwhackers. George was brought back, costing Moses a prize horse, but his mother was never seen again. After slavery was abolished in Missouri, 1865, Moses and his wife Susan continued to raise Jim and George on the farm. In a state strongly divided by the tensions leading to the Civil War, the independent-minded and eccentric Moses Carver was in a difficult position since he offended Confederates by being a Unionist and Unionists by owning slaves. George left the farm when he was 11 to go to the black school in Neosho, Missouri. He returned to the Moses Carver farm on weekends but never lived permanently with the Carvers again. The Moses Carver farm became the George Washington Carver National Monument by an act of Congress in July 1943. The National Park Service maintains 210 acres (0.85 km2) of the original 240-acre (0.97 km2) farm. In 2004, the remaining 30 acres of the original Moses Carver farm were donated to the George Washington Carver Birthplace District Association by Mrs. Evelyn Taylor and her late husband W. J. Bug Taylor. The association later donated the land to the National Park Service, making the 240-acre Moses Carver farm property complete. References: George Washington Carver National Monument, National Park Service, George Washington Carver National Monument, Missouri. George Washington Carver, Scientist and Symbol, by Linda O. McMurray, Oxford University Press, 1982. 367 pgs. American Chemical Society National Historic Chemical Landmarks. George Washington Carver, chemist, teacher, symbol retrieved March 25, 2013.